between Shirley and St. Thomas. A great matchup. Highly anticipated start to this tournament here. You got Shirley here in the baby blue, St. Thomas in the white. Sincock wins the tip for St. Thomas. Excuse me. For Shirley, we'll start things off. Here's Grant. Looking to run down the wing. Pulls up and hands one over to Coy. Excuse me, that's Thompson. Back outside. Money. Jaden Sincock gets us going here. Back the other way comes St. Thomas. Ball poked away, dribbles out of bounds. It stays. Poked away by Luis Navarra. Peter Taylor to inbound. Gets it over to Hugo Gonzalez down back. Over for Peter Taylor, who gets a tough finish inside the lane. Shirley likes to go quick. Here's Graham. Works his way into the lane, then kicks it back outside for the settle down. He sets a quick screen now into the corner. Again, surveying the field. Here's Navarra. Nice. Almost finished there, but he got his way into the lane, and it's quickly St. Thomas the other way. They pull up for three. No good. That was Gordon on the try. Offensive rebound, though. It stays here. On the dribble drive, kick down the lane. Peter Taylor can't get it to go. A tough layup. A good pass to set him free. And stolen back. This is Northorn with the finish. That's Northmore. Now Shirley trying to calm things down. Navarra now. Back outside over to Sincock. He works his way down low, kicks into the corner. Back for Navarra. Can't get the finish. Strong rebound there by De La Tour. De La Tour now streaking his way through behind the back dribble. Had it poked away and lost it. Now into the corner. This is Hugo Gonzalez on the dribble drive. Puts one up and gets the finish and the call. And one from Hugo Gonzalez. Had the pleasure of calling a St. Thomas game last year, and I'll tell you what, Hugo Gonzalez, one of the better shooters in this tournament. Good awareness. Can't get the end one to go though. Navarra now. There's Sincock. Going back to Thompson. Thompson step back. Good defense. And it's stolen away. And then stolen right back immediately by Navarra. Great awareness. And tipped away once more. The back and forth play continues. In the lane. Oh, absolutely rejected. Not without a foul, though. That was Hugo Gonzalez on the try. I believe it was Thompson on the rejection. I should say foul more correctly. Gonzalez misses the same way he missed his last free throw. That was really a good effort on the defensive end, but anytime you're coming over the back of a streaking player like that, it's always tough as Gonzalez makes good. His third attempt of the day, second from the line there. Navarro almost had it stolen away, but got to collect it real quick. Again, almost stolen, but Navarro finds a little lane. The floater, no good. Almost looked like Trey Young there. Peter Taylor into the lane. Peter Taylor wide open. Sinclair's trying to figure out what happened there. Graham now. Whistle blown. Bar with the inbound. Now Sinclair starts things off. Looking for the post. Now finds it. Thompson. Double team. Works his way up. That's a tough finish. He did not miss. Or he did miss, excuse me. And Taylor finds himself again on the baseline. Three-point attempt, and he hits. St. Thomas really getting that rolling. Here's Navarro. Look at the wing. Now on the drive. Puts one up. No good. Batted away. Over to the hands. And, oh, that's almost a tough finish from Gio Gonzalez, but he's fouled again. He's just been a magnet to that free throw line. Great play by Northmore to find the rebound. And headman it all the way up to Hugo as he was breaking through the lane. So we get a little substitution here as Thompson comes out as he picked up the foul. I believe that was his second. 2 fouls here early. Makes sense to sit him down. That's all since the first. Seems here that Sinclair's really not been too neat with the ball. They've been really letting it fly around. Turnovers have been an issue early on as they get a rebound now, and now they're moving up quickly. Into the lane. That's a tough finish. Tyrese Graham. Peter Taylor. Over across the wing, nearly stolen. And then now down low. Great pass. Gonzalez finds his way through 3 people. And the finish. Gonzalez is having himself a game. But St. Thomas up to an early 15-5 lead. Can't say enough about how this young man's playing right now. Starting to knock down some of these free throws too. Very important. Navarro gets it up quick. That seems to be their current play. Has to move quick in the lane. That's causing problems like that. And they say it last touched the hands of a Sinclair player. Shirley. So now St. Thomas gets to dictate the play. Shirley's really having their tough time getting anything going as a leaner there. That's a tough hit. Strong shot from Hugo Gonzalez once again. He has to have scored at least 75% of the points right now. As Graham trying to find a way through. Can't do it through Northmore. Try again on the lane. And they kick it out. Tyrese Graham. It's the floater. A nifty little play by him. So Shirley's finally getting something on the board here. Almost a nice finish there. Surprisingly. They bounced out. And then a quick turnover again. Once more. And not without a foul. That was Louis Gordon. Getting fouled for St. Thomas. See Northmore there, center of your screen, setting himself a good game as well. Called his name more than a few times. I believe they called. Oh, intentional foul, or we're just waiting for players to recollect. Anyway, it's a make for Gordon. He's 2 for 2. As that increases their lead to 13. 20-7 is the score. Shirley's got almost a completely new crew out here. A couple new faces. Driving baseline. Makes 2 men jump and then gets fouled hard from behind. Great play from Matt Burgess. And now finally Shirley gets to have something at the line. They've been watching their opponents at the charity stripe all evening. Good on the first. Two for 2 there on that trip. A job well done. Here comes Gordon with the left. Finds a little lane now in the corner for Taylor. Taylor around the horn. De La Tour. Nice little finish and move on the interior. Graham splits 2 defenders. Slicing his way through. Can't get the tough finish in traffic. Now quick. St. Thomas the other way. De La Tour making some moves. Finds a man. Oh, what a play by Jake Banks, the big fella. De La Tour with a quick play. Pokes it free, but not enough to the point where you could have corralled it. Wow, what an exciting couple of minutes there as we had the timeout. I believe that was called by Shirley. I'll tell you what, the score might be a little uneven with 24-9 as you see there, but Shirley's showing signs of hope for sure. Some nice plays from Tyrese Graham on the offensive end, just not getting the finish. Seeing some good plays out of the likes of Burgess to get to the line. Thompson was having some good plays before he picked up his 2 fouls and had to sit. I've called Navarro's name a lot. He's been doing well, being active. Defensively, had a couple of steals. But I'll tell you what, the biggest issue so far for Shirley has been the turnovers. They've been coughing up the ball left and right. And St. Thomas is not without their blemishes. They've also been turning the ball over. They've just been doing it more in a limited way. And they're converting on their opportunities when they do. So head coach Jamie Graham of Shirley certainly has his work cut out for him in terms of letting these boys know how to improve. And that's no doubt what he was saying there in that huddle. De La Tour again with the pressure up top. Again, the little half-court trap. And it results in a steal from Peter Taylor. And he gets the finish. Thought about dishing it off on the 2-on-0. Again, that's a big issue now. Look at this, we're seeing a new tactic. And Shirley's having a tough time coming up with a way. That's a really tough layup attempt. St. Thomas bounces around for a little bit, now they corral. Jake Banks on the inside. No good. One of the leading scorers last year. And now another turnover from St. Thomas. You just can't win ball games with this many turnovers. Pull up. No good. That was a great pass fake though. Jake Banks was fouled on the way up. For the rebound, that is. Excuse me, he was the fouler. One committed foul. So Graham now. Will inbound for Shirley. Watson over in the corner. Just really no room out here for this Shirley team to create for themselves. Good skip pass into the wing. Now dribble drive into the lane. Tough finish. Good conversion there. They're first in a while. Once more over to De La Tour, now back outside. Gordon can't hit. Got that smooth stroke, but he's missed his last 2. And now here comes Graham. Nice bounce pass down low. But then stolen again. Jake Banks slowly making his way through. Hit the top of the bottom of the backboard, but not before a whistle. I'll tell you what, this Shirley team, we've said it once, we can say it again. So many turnovers. Just giving away opportunities. Of course, this is a very, very talented St. Thomas team. Went really far in the tournament last year. Now nice pass inside for De La Tour with a nifty move to set himself free. That was a great pass from Gordon. We're talking about depth for St. Thomas too. I mean, my goodness. It's a nice pass inside for Sincock, but it cannot be corralled because Gordon was there, but not without a foul. Look at the depth. Of course, the starting 5 is solid, but when you have Jake Banks off the bench, the likes of Hugo Gonzalez can take a break. Northmore is there as well. And now here comes a layup attempt. No good. Tipped up by De La Tour. He's been big on the interior, hasn't he? Finds one into the lane. Jake Banks on the way up is fouled. Sincock picking up the foul. I'll take a seat. Doesn't look like a foul. Looks like they called it out of bounds on him, but didn't matter because now Shirley gets to take over. Now they come quickly trying to break that half-court trap. They find Graham down low. He works his way through a couple of defenders before a 3-point attempt. Nothing but net, not the good kind. Air ball in the lane. can't get that tough finish to go. It seems like Shirley's just really forcing a lot of these shots here. Maybe they should take more time as De La Torre does his best James Harden impression with a Euro step. That was nifty. That's like 4 defenders he had to sort through. That was really nice. And now here comes another quick move by Graham into the lane. He's been getting through there, just not been able to get conversions. And now De La Torre showing that he's got some speed and transition. No good on his attempt at an offensive rebound by Gordon. And looked like it was tipped away. And now Sinclair has a little trouble for a moment, but now can sort their way into the lane. Kick pass outside. And now Watson from downtown. Well off the mark. I'll tell you what, Shirley, especially with all these turnovers, they're getting antsy and they are just excited to take shots so that they don't necessarily miss out on another possession. But, you know, it seems like they need to just take a breath, recollect, settle themselves in for a good look. Gordon, skip pass. Over for Gonzalez for 3. He hits. 33-11 is the score. And now Shirley invoking a pass-first mentality as that three-point attempt comes off the side of the backboard. And now De La Torre, the cherry picker, shovels one in. Nearly threw that thing down. It was fun to watch. Brown all the way up and picked off by Jake Banks. He lobs one up. Oh, the in-air alley-oop from De La Torre. Fun to see these players have fun. And now, bounce pass into the corner. 3-point attempt. Off the mark. Good box out there. And St. Thomas takes it back the other way. Gordon. Acting as the point guard for a little bit with a skip pass. Now into the corner. Gonzalez working his way through the lane. Finds some space. Baseline. Now Jake Banks can go up. And the foul. I believe. A little bit of confusion on the floor. Looks like could be Shirley Bball. Indeed. On the side of the floor. And they bring it back up the other way. A little trouble with this trap once again, but now they sort through it. Nifty move into the lane and the lefty finish from Burgess. Great play by him. Maybe that'll spark something. Here's Jake Banks. Works his way easy in the lane. The nifty pass. De La Torre with the reverse finish. My, oh my, they're showing out. They're showing off. Still with this press. And now tough layup. Misses, and so here comes St. Thomas. Over to Gordon. Back over to Coyle. No good. Good rebound attempt there. And now they move the ball up. Shirley, that is. In the lane. No good. Offensive rebound attempt, though. Gets a foul. That's Hardiker. There's certainly something to be said about starting on the defensive end. I mean, gosh, you got so many talented players on this St. Thomas team who work so hard defensively themselves. That's that free throw there above by Hardiker. And you can see it. You can see it there. Just a certain uneasiness. I'm not sure the team. Maybe that's head coach Jamie Graham can start to settle things. 0 for 2 on that trip as here comes De La Torre. Bursting his way into the lane and easily through, but can't get the finish. So now up we go. Into the corner, now over to the wing. Drive inside. Oh, what a floater. Nice play from Watson. Every once in a while, they'll be able to sneak a quick one on him, but Shirley's got this really quick mentality. Now they invoke the 2-3 zone. See if that starts to change things. Gonzalez over the corner. De La Torre hits. Showing he's got range and he's got inside prowess. I've been impressed with his ability so far. There's Graham. Dribbles it into a timeout. 42-15 is the score. Excuse me, not a timeout. End of the first quarter. And so after 10 minutes of play, you got to be impressed by St. Thomas. Not only how this game looks for them right now, but how it will look for them in the future of this tournament. People like Peter Taylor were shown out early, but and Hugo Gonzalez early on in that first quarter, but Louis De La Torre really made it his court. Really did a great job on the inside defensively, getting rebounds. Hit a 3 there at the end. Getting offensive boards, putbacks. Even had a mid-air layup, little alley-oop layup. That was a thing of beauty. Louis Gordon has been ditching out a lot of good dimes today. Jake Banks got active. Northmore's been showing out. Really impressed by St. Thomas. And you can't speak enough to their defensive ability. Might go easily overlooked given how phenomenal they've been offensively, but Shirley's best players just can't get anything going. Navarro had to take a seat. Singcock had a couple of fouls and had to sit down, as did Thompson. Burgess and Watson were doing their best to keep the thing alive. Tyrese Graham was doing a great job. We saw Brown there at the end a little bit. But my goodness. When you turn the ball over, when St. Thomas forces those types of turnovers, there's very little you can do in the way of protecting the ball. I'll tell you what, especially you can see St. Thomas not only a little bit taller, but also a little bit stronger. And you can see that in the way that they whip free balls out of the hands of others. It's hard to compete with that. And they stand tall at you, right at the half court, right to bring over the line. It takes a certain type of zeal to get through it. We'll see if Shirley can bring that out here in the second quarter as a nifty move from Hugo Gonzalez. He's right back. Now they bring the full court press. Trap up there now. Flip over to Watson. Watson over to Graham. Graham thought about pulling up, now back to Watson. Watson on the drive. Now the Euro. The flip, no good. Nearly an offensive board gotten by Hardiker, and instead it's tipped out of bounds for the St. Thomas takeaway. And you got to say, that's a great possession from Shirley. They kept the ball clean, settled things down. Got 2 good looks. Now see if they can hold him defensively. De La Torre just having anything he wants. Being able to carve yourself into the lane like that is impressive. Now Watson flips one up. Hardiker rejected from Jake Banks. Oh my gosh. Second try, no good. And now they quickly go up. De La Torre flips one up. Oh, thought he had Hugo Gonzalez all alone. But now Watson in transition. Oh, wow. What a finish. And one. That's the type of momentum building play you might need if you're this Shirley team. De La Torre got a little fancy. He's feeling a little bit good after that couple of nice plays he had. And his team's prowess so far. Watson converts. Watson has proven himself to be a good little player here. He's been doing a great job of dishing, facilitating, leading, also scoring. It's Gonzalez. Wow, what a move, the crossover. Can't get the finish. Good defense from behind there, but Graham down in the corner. Pops one up, and he hits. I believe that's a 2-pointer. And now Shirley with a little bit of a run, and Jake Banks works his way easy into the lane, but he was fouled in his pursuit there. Got to send him to the line. A little bit of confusion here on the floor. And they've decided indeed it is a 2 free throw event. Banks missing the first. And you know what? Something else for St. Thomas that stands out is their experience from last year's tournament. I remember I called a couple of games for St. Thomas, and the likes of Jake Banks and Hugo Gonzalez and Louis De La Torre. These are names you cannot forget after their performances. And here comes Banks on the steal. The reverse finish. That's a tall man move right there, my goodness. Now Watson trapped at half court, flips one up. Luckily lands in safely hands. Misses the layup, and Watson now flips one up. And he misses as well. Wow, those are 2 good looks. And you know what? You keep saying to yourself, you take the good looks, and they'll fall. Gonzalez almost got his way through before Watson stole it, and then he coughed it right back up. And now Gonzalez nearly had enough bounce to dunk it, but couldn't flush it home. Instead, he went for a little bit of layup. No disrespect there. Now top of the key, Shirley working things around. Flips one up, and no good. Now, easy rebound from Hardiker, and he gets it to go. That's a great play from him. Looked a little confused there, St. Thomas did on the defensive rebound. And De La Torre into the corner. Wide open three. A little bit long. And pokes three. Well corralled by Shirley. Now up ahead for Brown. He can't finish. There must be triple rims over there on that rim. Having a tough time getting anything to go. And now, Gonzalez takes one dribble. Can't put it home. One three-point attempt, but stolen nicely by Coyle. Now indoors for Banks. I'll tell you what, you got the twin towers of Banks and De La Torre. Both can stretch the floor, shoot. Now Burgess in trouble. Finally finds an open three-point attempt. Air ball, but Burgess pushes it right back home. That's a great play from him. De La Torre moving things up quickly. And it works. Coyle over the corner for Gonzalez. Now De La Torre, lefty finish. My gosh, you can't say enough about De La Torre. Now Watson, starting to get a little hot, works his way through, takes a tough shot attempt. Might be thinking he has to do it all himself. It seems like Shirley could certainly benefit from taking a little bit of time as they work the ball around. 10 seconds left, the shot clock. Sidestep three, no good. Ball in the hands of Graham. He works his way through two defenders neatly, and now he's free. Bounce pass down low from Burgess. Can't get the layup. Burgess, another missed layup. Gets the offensive board again, kicks it outside. Great effort by him to continue the play. And that ball pokes free. I mean, my goodness. Shirley's finally getting these looks. They're carving their way into the lane, doing good things. The offensive end, working the ball around a little bit. Their style of play to move the ball quickly seems to be starting to work out, but they just cannot find the bottom of the rim. And now they do. On a corner three. Good shot there from Thompson, who checked back in. Here's Gordon. Pulls up. Can't hit. Elbow jumper. Here's Navarro. He's back in. Turns the ball over right back to Gordon. Behind the pack, behind Navarro. What a pass over to Taylor. And now Northmore. No travel, they say, on the three-point attempt. And now Navarro gets the offensive board. Over to the side wing. And he hits. Dylan Witch. Good heads-up play by Navarro to see the scene. Now here's Gordon easily into the lane. Opposite-handed finish. Looks like a little bit of confusion on the help there. As Navarro finds himself in trouble, but still spins away nicely. Nice pass. And the finish. Navarro taking advantage of the playing time as he's checked back in. Here's Gordon. Lost it for a moment, but kept it alive. Now down low. Gonzalez. Spinning his way through. No good. And picked up again by Navarro. Point guard getting rebounds. Russell Westbrook-like as he storms his way through, and the scoop and finish. My, oh my, that was nifty. And now, quickly the other way. Look, Gonzalez has something to say about that.
Thanks, guys. Sorry about that.
Here comes Navarro. Quick pull-up, spin through, step back, swatted away nicely. And again with the rejection. Rebounds being fought for. And then passed right to Gonzalez. Looks a little lackadaisical there on both sides. But now, here comes Taylor. Three-point attempt. No good. And here comes Shirley the other way, wide open. Excuse me. Not wide open. Right over the head of Taylor was Navarro on that flop. Beautiful, beautiful shot. Gordon finds himself wide open from downtown. No good. Now here's Here comes Shirley the other way. Very high-paced game right now. Oh, the toilet bowl's right out. Tough look there. Pass just a little bit too far for Hugo Gonzalez to pick up. We saw that. Really two high-paced teams going at it. Both these teams really don't like using all the shot clock. They like to take their time. Very rarely. And they're really phenomenal in transition. So you see two teams, one of whom turning the ball over a little bit more than the other. And both these teams like to run out once they get those turnovers. So it really seems to come down to an issue of who can keep the ball safe. See there, St. Thomas up by 23, 59 to 36. I'll tell you what, that was a much larger gap. Perhaps about 10 points in the first quarter. And so you got to credit Shirley for cracking down a little bit. Of course, far from their objective. But we're starting to see the likes of Watson come alive and Navarro starting to do their thing. Burgess had a couple nice plays. Graham has done well. And you can imagine that they would likely lean on these players a little bit more, but at the same time, there seems to be a mentality of do-it-yourselfness at times, for sure. They don't like a lot of passes in the offensive half. Seem to like to shoot quick. And now they move the ball around a little bit. Here's Navarro. Scored his way free behind the back. In the post. Sincock finding his way over Taylor. And a nice hook jumper. Now that was a good clean basketball out of the timeout. You like to see that. Gina Graham doing well. Head coach. Now up fake. And the finish. Northmore doing all sorts of pretty things there. And Navarro got a little fancy there, but it was nothing for Northmore. But now he's in. Finds his way up and can't get the finish. So here comes Gordon. Gordon surveying the field. Taylor open but flips it over for Northmore. He's short. Rebounded nicely by Witch. And then Navarro behind the back. Almost unnecessarily, but it did make for some entertaining basketball. Witch couldn't get the finish. Now up. What a pass. Oh, but he couldn't get the finish. Gonzalez with the save. Good effort. Surveys the field. Good pass over to Gordon. Step back. Triple, no good. Northmore. Easy offensive rebound. Miscommunication on who was picking him up. 63-38. Navarro in the lane. Throws it into off the hand of a St. Thomas player. Northmore's got a little say about that. But it doesn't change the referee's mind. Navarro looking things over into the corner. Fouled on his way up was Burgess. Great effort by him to work his way through. Now, if you have any thought for St. Thomas, it might be that they haven't done enough on the interior to stop this Shirley offense from working their way into it. But it has resulted in a lot of points. Shirley's had a lot of missed opportunities down low. Some missed layups, missed floaters, missed close-range jumpers. Of course, they had some tough finishes as well that you can't forget about. Gonzalez nabs that rebound, start things off. Lobs one up over for Gordon. Going up against a much smaller Navarro. Now bounce pass in the corner, nice done. Northmore pulls up and hits the tough jumper. Nice, almost a nice head pass from Navarro. It was intercepted. And now Gordon start things off. Navarro poked away for a second, but Gordon got it right back, and then over to Taylor. Taylor with up one time and no good, and then got his rebound, and then was fouled. That was a nice awareness play from Gordon to keep things alive after he had the ball poked away from him. Jank Banks is back in. Looked like he took out Gordon there. Good Taylor converts on his first. That's what you got to say about St. Thomas. They just do such a good job of working all of their big players in, sorting things out. Everybody seems to trust each other that they can score at any given moment. It's that type of synergy that leads to victories. And now baseline, Navarro. Tough finish. Over the top of the bigger defender. Navarro, certainly not the biggest guy, but my gosh. You wouldn't have guessed it by the way he plays in the lane. Banks from downtown, short. Navarro, that's got to be his 4th or 5th rebound as well. And now nifty dribbling. Finds a man downstairs and tipped away by Banks. Once again, a tall man play from him. Now they look on top of the key. Gordon open. And he hits. He's had a couple of misses, but he's a shooter. And he trusts himself. About a minute left. 50 seconds, that is, left in this half. And the ball. Baseline. Works his way up and under. Come on now. Up and under, down under. Beautiful play. Gordon thought about a handoff. Now picks up his dribble, kicks over the corner. Poked away almost by Burgess, but then kept alive. And the finish from Jake Banks. Good focus from him. Shot clock is off, 20 seconds left. And Navarro likes to move quick. Nifty dribble from him. Can't get the finish. And now Northmore. Works his way through it. Hands one off. Gordon. Down low at the buzzer. Hits! Come on! Simmons. Picking up a cheap 3 at the end. Beautiful, beautiful shot from him. And that'll take us into halftime. (74-43) is the score. A high-scoring affair by any account. Wow, I mean, if you're either head coach for any of these teams, you seem to be focusing mostly on defense on the way into this conversation. Maybe for Shirley, though, the focus is not on that. It's on how to perform better on the offensive end. They certainly are stringing together things a little bit better, getting things figured out a little bit more as time was going on there in that second quarter. But the turnovers continue to be an issue at some attempts. You look at a player like Navarro, doing a phenomenal job of working his way up the lane, into the lane, up the floor, pacing himself defensively, holding down Gordon well. But, of course, sometimes with that fanciness that he likes to display, it leads to turnovers. You might remind him to be a little bit more risk-free. Although it has led to some beautiful assists, so you can't fault him. My gosh, to give a nice pass there at the end of the second half. Behind the back baseline. You start to lean on players like this in these types of times. Lamar's really a leader. Watson as well started taking things over when he was on the bench. You know, Sincock doing a great job down low of at least battling for rebounds. Burgess showing flashes. And so things are looking up defensively for sure. You need to focus on the power players for St. Thomas. Some of their bigger players like De La Tour and Jake Banks are just having their will on the interior. And it's hard to pinpoint that on any one defender, of course, but perhaps it could be a rotation issue. You saw them go to a 2-3 zone for a little bit and then abandon it. Back for the man at the end. And now Shirley will start things off. Navarro over. Calling the shots. Rich into the corner now. Working baseline. Back up top. Open three-pointer. No good. Northmore did a good job of keeping Navarro out of contention there for that offensive rebound. But that was a good possession from Shirley. You got to be happy about that. Got an open shot from a shooter. That was Thompson. Navarro poked it away from Northmore. But got it neatly. And now inside, the De La Tour spins his way. Flings one over for Northmore. Northmore, center step back. Now into the lane. Pokes one down. And now up quickly is Shirley. Over to Graham with the finish. Nice work on the 4-on-1. Expect those types of results to be sure. Now Gordon. Harvey Gordon, that is. Over to De La Torre. Step back, jumper. Can't hit. So Thompson comes the other way. And now Navarro. Opens up a little bit of room on the spin move and absolutely swatted by Northmore. Got nicely on the offensive rebound. And now Graham gives one back to Navarro. Kicks one out for Graham. That's a two-pointer. No good. Navarro just beat De La Torre for an offensive rebound. Great play from him. Another three-point attempt, no good. And that stays here. Some great battling here by Shirley. They have 14 seconds left in the shot clock to work with. Here they come into the lane. Nice layup. I believe it was Thompson. And now they got Navarro on De La Torre. And Gordon says, let's pinpoint that. Inside to Jake Banks. No good. And there comes Shirley. Thompson lost his dribble. Saved the over and back. There comes Navarro into the lane. So confident when he does that. Try to kick it outside, but a foul is called. Be interesting to see if they continue to show Navarro on De La Torre, because that was a chosen play for sure. As, oh my gosh, a tough three from Thompson. Number 3. And they do go back to Northmore on Navarro, but it couldn't stop that long-range three. That was a confident play from the young fella. And then Navarro over at the top. There's Sincock working his way down. Working on Gordon, and has his shot rejected. Got to be up to 5 blocks now. Navarro tipped the pass, but right into the hands of Gordon. Now they work it down low. De La Torre with the lefty finish. Gosh, so good at finishing down low is De La Torre. So Navarro, also a good finisher himself. Tries to get a little bit of room. Works his way. Kicks one out. 3-point attempt. No good from Thompson. Navarro battling for the offensive rebound. Boys, he's cracking. Goes the other way, much to his dismay. So Northmore will start things off. Did a 3 last time down the court, now De La Torre. Over in the corner, Coyle, well short. And here comes Grant. Backs his way down. Over to Thompson. Gets it back, then hands one out for Navarro. A little bit of miscommunication, but he pulls up and can't hit. Coyle tips out of bounds, so it stays here. Took a weird little bounce on him. Now nearly had it poked away. But instead, Waich lofts one up and he hits. That was a thing of beauty. 29-point game, 79-50 is the score in this third quarter of play. Northmore off the fake screen, finds himself wide open into the lane. A little bit of miscommunication. Wonder if the De La Torre move had anything to do with that. Navarro over to the wing. Gets it back. Fakes his shot and dribbles his way easily into the lane, but can't finish. Now Northmore over to Coyle. Back out for Harvey. Gordon, and he hits. Boy, these Gordon brothers can really shoot the ball. Thompson works his way into the lane, flips one up, and somehow got that to go. Navarro almost snuck his way through, but Northmore wasn't faced. Now finds himself backing a player down. Now over to Gordon. Gordon with the fake pass. Now into the corner. Navarro read it perfect. De La Torre couldn't believe it. What a perfect pass. Couldn't be finished. Lost track of where he was. And now once again on the fast break. Gonzalez with a nice finish. Excuse me, that was Jake Banks. And now they go quick the other way, does Shirley. Now slow things down over the baseline. Now a nice nifty pocket pass. Well designed little play there. perfect give and go. So here comes Northmore. Finds a little bit of room. Does De La Tour down low, and the nice jab step into the lane. Jump step, I should say. What a nice awareness there. Thompson flips it over. Now we're going to cross the key. Crossover dribble. Navarro picked it off. Into the lane. Spin move was read nicely by Northmore. He's been doing a great job of locking him up. And now Northmore into the lane. Flips it up, and a nice finish. That is not easy. Got to commend the play he's been doing there. Defensively into offense. Now Thompson lofts up a long three. Short. Northmore flips another one up. Finds it over De La Tour for a streaking coil who gets it to go. Great awareness there as Navarro finds a lane. Smartly done by him. Northmore trying to find his way through. And does. Works his way into the lane. Fouled on his way up. Timeout called by St. Thomas. Excuse me, no timeout. My confusion. A little bit of misunderstanding. Looks like it'll be an on-the-floor call. Will that foul? So Simmons, who hit that nice three to end the half, will inbound. Gordon finds himself wide open in the confusion, and he knocks it down. Seemed like Shirley didn't even know the ball was inbound. Now they'll work their way up the other way. They come in the lane. Almost a nice finish on the reverse. That's what we're talking about, kind of shooting lower in the shot clock when they could be maybe looking for better shots. Northmore over for Gonzalez. A nice pass by him. Now Watson back in the game. Over to Graham. They work things around. Thompson step back. No good on the jumper. Good box out by Taylor, but he couldn't get the ball. Steady and rely on his teammate. That was Gonzalez. Now here he comes in the lane, flips one up, and he hits. Nifty little shimmy move. Watson now on the break, pulls up, and he hits. It's a smart play by him. Shirley going back to moving quick. And Louis Gordon down low, flips one over for the wing. 3-point attempt, no good. Thompson picks up the rebound. Flips it over for Watson. Watson finding his way through. Had it stripped away. Another good defensive play by St. Thomas. Now Gordon surveys the floor. Another open three. No good. Taylor battling hard for the rebound. Ends up right in the hands of Thompson. Right place, right time was Thompson. Now over to Waich. Stolen, but not without a whistle. Now Watson inbounds it, and here comes Thompson. Finds himself over that screen. Flips one up, inexplicably into the hands of Taylor. Now here comes Gordon the other way. In transition, he gets an easy lefty layup. Looked like Thompson thought his player might have cut to the basket, and instead it's 2 points the other way. St. Thomas just passed the century mark. It's 101-60 now. Thompson stolen. Here comes Simmons with the finish. 5 points on the day for him. Watson over to Banks. Thompson in the corner, flips one up. Can't get it to go. Now Gordon still moving things quickly. Not taking their foot off the gas. Lobs one up. Gonzalez likes to come down with it and then put it right back up. Not without a foul. No, excuse me. Yeah, correct. Not without a foul. It'll be an and one. Misses his free throw, but easily gotten by Taylor. Gonzalez flipped it up again, and then a second time. Another whistle. My goodness. They just will not quit the fight. Seems like the Shirley players thought maybe there was going to be 2 shots on that one. Instead, Peter Taylor just found himself an easy rebound. Short in that first free throw. He's also been having a great game. Really led his team in the first quarter. Missed both free throws there. Thompson fought off a impending player, and what a rejection. Oh my gosh. Gonzalez, now he's fired up the other way. And he gets the layup. The block, the rebound, and the lay-in. It's a thing of beauty. Up by more than 40 now are St. Thomas. This has been an absolute show-out from them. Thompson in some trouble, gets a pick. Behind the back, flips one over for Watson. He now takes his time. Curls one in the corner, now over. Brown lofts one up, and it's fouled. 1 minute left to go in the third quarter. 107 to 60 is the score. And again, you can see the neighboring score over there, 52 to 33 in the third quarter. Shows you just how impressive both of these scoring efforts have been. And you got to say, both teams have been moving really quickly, shooting early in the shot clock, not taking too much time. And that really allows for those types of things, as both free throws missed by Brown. Now Gonzalez in the lane, lifts one up. Watson up ahead quickly. Another foul. This time on Simmons. Yeah, going back to the high-scoring nature of this game, I mean, these last couple of minutes have really been the only stoppages we've seen as well. I mean, both teams really just been having their ways offensively and having a tough time slowing things down defensively. St. Thomas, of course, has been doing their fair share of work. Disallowing Shirley for moving the ball around. This free throw on an offensive board by Brown, now over. Tough shot, no good. Taylor nabs the board. Finds Simmons. There comes Jake Banks. Up and over. What a finish from the big fella. That's been kind of the story. Jake Banks and De La Torre have been doing a great job down low. Now Thompson. Down low, nice little pass. And a great finish. Shirley every once in a while just kind of surprises you with their impressiveness on the offensive end as they pick up a rebound. And now Watson able to corral that one. Open jumper. In. And in. I was about to say in and out, but went right back in. That was a 2K-like bounce. And now over to Navarro. Excuse me, not Navarro. Simmons. Here comes Gordon back to Simmons from downtown. No good. And you would have had another buzzer beater there with Simmons had that come in, but instead St. Thomas will have to settle for a lowly 111 points. Obviously facetious. That's a phenomenal score. It's to 66 for Shirley. And wow, I mean, St. Thomas putting on an absolute show on the offensive end. And we talk about it time and time again, but my goodness, their depth is phenomenal. We've seen almost every single player here play and score points. Coyle off the bench, Simmons, Gordon, Harvey, that is. I mean, my gosh, the depth is phenomenal. The future is bright. They lost only a couple of players last year after the tournament, and so they've been doing a great job of just utilizing all their assets, knowing who they are identity-wise, having good chemistry, moving the ball around, trusting each other. There's not a single second where you say, oh, for sure, they're going to get the ball to Jake Banks down low. They're winning on that. No. They move the ball constantly. Northmore gets in the action. They give it over to Louis Gordon. Hugh Gonzalez gets active. Peter Taylor. I mean, these names go on, and they all are scoring points, putting up shots, getting rebounds, getting steals. It's a cohesive team. And now Shirley, they got some ballers too, but you sense that they lack a little bit of that cohesiveness. You assume almost every time they go down that Navarro will have the ball. He might likely get the shot. Watson as well. Sometimes we see Sincock or Burgess or Waich getting there, or Tyrese Graham. But really, it's predominantly the point guards that run this show. Thompson as well gets involved, but and we've seen every player on their bench as well get play time and score points. But I mean, as has to be the case when you score 65 in 3/4. But my goodness, I mean, they've been scoring, of course, but there's a certain level of chemistry that seems to be lacking. They seem to rely on the pick and roll when they need a play. But other than that, it's typically a little bit of isolation. Of course, that's not to discredit the times that they have brilliantly drawn up plays from Coach Jimmy Graham, where they move things around, get players involved, other than just Navarro, but that could be the difference. And here's Jake Banks down low, loses it for a second, but Gordon picked right back up, missed the shot. Now here comes Thompson, fighting through trouble, and he lost it. Great pressure put on by Banks. They say he tipped it out. From our angle, I thought he might have just lost it, but referees say no. Burgess. Thompson kind of quarterbacking the thing now. Gets a screen from Sincock, now works his way down low and rejected by Harvey Graham. Now down low, bounce pass. Feed one over to Jake Banks. He hits. That's the story right there. Watson flips one up over for Sincock, finds himself a lane, and he's fouled on the way up. I mean, that's another thing that's the difference is that simply St. Thomas has been hitting their shots left and right. They've been converting on tough layups. I mean, I've been in awe with some of these Jake Banks and De La Torre finishes. They are just nifty around the rim. Gonzalez included. Misses on the second, and Gordon gets the rebound. Moves his way up and now down low. Finds himself free, and just as we're hopping on their finishing ability, misses the layup. Sincock over to Watson, gets it back. Skip pass over to Banks. Excuse me, not Banks. Brown can't hit the free. Now Sincock flips one up, almost out of desperation, and he gets it to go. Nifty play there. Simmons scoring his way in, can't get the layup. So Sincock found himself in trouble. Kind of lost control of his dribble and had to throw it over. Now it's a turnover. That's Martin. Couldn't get that one to go. So now Thompson found himself in some space. Shoots a three. Can't get it to go. That's a tough shot. Bounced out of bounds and stays here. So last touch by Simmons. So now we're seeing the likes of Manna Martin getting involved in the action with Watson. Loses it. Yet another turnover. Here comes Gordon. Flips it up for Jake Banks, who couldn't get the alley-oop layup to go. And now in the other way. Nice finish there by Sincock. Used his body to perfection. That's exactly what you teach. Here comes Coyle. In and out dribble. Loses it. Poked free nicely. Here comes Thompson. Hesitation. Now into the lane. My, oh my. That was a thing of beauty. 72-113 is the score. Feels like video game numbers. Simmons now. Flips him over as they're working around. Coyle in the baseline. Works his way in and stripped free. Here comes Watson. In the other way. And it poked away for a moment. And here comes Banks. Over to Gordon. Banks. Hesitation now. Step back three, won't go. Thompson nabs the board. And now we see a little bit of a different defensive look from St. Thomas. No look pass from Thompson. Almost right into the hands of Simmons. And it'll stay here as we get a complete change of the St. Thomas team. Not a single player staying. Bring back most of the starters. And get them a little more playing time as this tournament continues. As Thompson picked up that one and can't get the layup to go. Gordon up ahead, tip pass for De La Tour. And now De La Tour's reign continues. He has been a flame. Watson, three-pointer, no good. St. Thomas still forcing the issue. Gonzalez lost it, but they say it tipped. Tipped by a Shirley player. Couple of substitutions from Shirley. De La Tour can't get that one to go. Battles for the rebound. Spits free. And Gonzalez corrals. Found himself in trouble on the baseline. It'll be a blocking foul. Something that's interesting to see from St. Thomas is that, they got all their starters back in now. Their highest performers. And they're just refusing to take the foot off the pedal. Even up by so much. Having crossed the century mark in terms of scoring. Gordon with a pick from De La Tour now into the lane. Kicked outside. Three-pointer off the mark. Picked up though by De La Tour and he finishes it off. Good tenaciousness from him. Burgess. Thought about a handoff. Thought about shooting. Went over to Graham. Graham crossover into the lane. That's a tough layup. They call a foul. Something that it seems like we've been seeing a little bit from Shirley is just some really tough layup attempts. They've been trying to emulate what they're seeing on the other side from the likes of De La Tour, Banks, etc. Their nifty finishing ability. But sometimes it might come across as a forced shot. Maybe the extra pass will be needed. Graham hits that one. Gordon playing around. Find himself in. Behind the pack. Bounce pass to nobody. Northmore hits the deck. Ball spits free. Right into the hands of Taylor, but they say a foul. Coyle checks back in for St. Thomas. St. Thomas, for all their finesse ability, as Gordon shoots one. De La Tour finds a rebound, finds Peter Taylor immediately. Wow. What a great find by him. That was Jokic-like in the NBA. Take the pull up. Graham works it around. And they're working into the lane, covering his way through, and picked up neatly by Gordon, but they say it was a foul. What I was saying earlier about the St. Thomas plays that hit you with the finesse. We've seen a lot of their dribbling ability, a lot of their ability to stay home, continue to fight for rebounds, but something that you got to talk about too is their scrappiness. They've been all over the floor, left and right, diving for balls, fighting for offensive boards. Can't say enough about their tenaciousness. That second one falls short. Here they come the other way. Gordon. Pull-up jumper, no good. Here comes Brown. Lost one up for St. Cock. Here he comes in the lane from the left side. Flips one up and the foul. Great play from him. And you know, not to be, of course, too negative on Shirley. They've been really showing off some offensive prowess. We see there. I mean, 76 points is nothing to sneeze at in this type of a contest. And one try is good. They've been forcing the issue for sure. They've been finding the lanes. They've been squirting through the seams. Offensively, good dribble drive. And Simmons tries to do one here. Kicks one out for Martin. His first shot attempt. Out for Martin. Here comes Graham. Goes his way through. Kicked it out. Swing things around now back in the down low post. Sincock flips one up. Great defense by Northmore. Showing phenomenal efforts defensively. Excuse me, that's Martin. Great effort by him. Now here comes Simmons. Tried to scoop one over to Banks, but poked away, and they'll stay here. On the inbound, Jake Banks. No good on the land. Nice little spin move though. Now tried to go inside with the pass and goes right back over. Now Martin. Inside out dribble on the inside. Gets fouled. So Manna Martin shooting his free throws here. Gets his first to go for his first points in the contest. Hits them both. So we're seeing here, minus Jake Banks, mostly St. Thomas going with their bench players. I suppose Jake Banks takes start on the bench, but he's a key performer as well. That float try, a little short. Gordon hands off over for Simmons. Here comes Gordon, spinning his way through. Try to get the lefty tuck, but couldn't. Pokes out of bounds, and we'll stay here once more. Now with this type of game, as the clock starting to die down and the score is starting to seem a little bit more inevitable, or the outcome that is, as Jake Banks loses it. And now, quick transition play, offensive rebound, can't get it to go. As it's almost a 50-point ball game. Start looking for things you can improve on the rest of this Invitational. If you're Shirley. Bounce pass down low. Jump step inside, no good. Good D from Gordon. Going over the corner. Everybody's moving quick now. Lofts up. And elevating for the score is Jack Banks. But you know, for Shirley, this is a time when you can work on some of the things you might not otherwise try to attempt in games. You might focus a little more on plays in your playbook that are a little more unpracticed, a little more experimental. Nice finish there from Jake Banks. That's Harvey Gordon. And here comes Burgess on the inside. Pass was tipped, but then right back over to Grant. For the three, it's short. I don't have the figures in front of me, but I can't say I remember a Shirley three-point field goal this whole game. But certainly for Shirley, I think there's absolutely moral victories to be had. They scored a lot of points against a pretty staunch defensive team. Simmons on his way through, no good. And that follow-up attempt is in. Good work from Jake Banks. Burgess with a tough finish. 2:23 left to go in the contest. For St. Thomas, you know, obviously as we can see, they're playing some of the younger guys, playing some of their role players. Flips coil, down low. Nearly dunked by Jake Banks. He was feeling confident, but it was a foul beforehand. So for St. Thomas, you know, you're seeing a lot of good things from your starters. I mean, I feel like I've said De La Tour's name more than I can count. Very well, Simmons. Simmons over to Coyle in the corner, no good. Now fast break try. Scoop is no good. Harvey Gordon with a nice save, but they say he stepped out. And you know, certainly in these types of big victories, you know, you think there can be no flaws, but as every coach will tell you, there's always something to improve on. It's sort of their job, I suppose, is to tell you that. But start looking for things to improve on for next game. Is that three-pointer well short? Nice tip save. That's a rebound, couldn't go. Here comes Banks, storming the other way. Up and under, no good. Coyle, now working his way through, flips one over. Gordon, and he hits. Just like his brother, raining threes. Graham up and over. Nice float from him. St. Thomas, you know, maybe some things they can work on. Here's Banks. On the flip. Oh, nice finish. Maybe defensively tightening up. A lot of times we saw the likes of Navarro, who, by the way, phenomenally talented player, worked his way in to the lane a little bit too easily, as does Graham here. Some of their rotations seem to be a little slow sometimes. Of course, this seems to be nitpicky when you're up by 50 points. As Gordon turns the ball over, Grant bounces his way through. I guess the finish as we hit the minute mark left. Shirley, certainly things you improve on is side step three. Hits. Wow, that was impressive. Certainly you can improve on turnovers. They certainly cracked that down in the second half. But in that first quarter, that was what really resulted in this big deficit. It seems to be that deficit's been almost consistent throughout. Despite that major turn of events there, as Brown tries to beat them. But these types of things can be improved on. Of course, the finishing was really what hurt them at the end. They were getting great shots. I say Thomas will dribble it out here. Great shots, great efforts, just not being able to convert. So, with that, Jake Banks dribbles it out. Players shake hands. And that'll do it for this one. For this contest. College Park Invitational 2021 edition. St. Thomas working through Shirley easily. Final score of 135 to 85. An exactly 50-point game. Wow. St. Thomas, impressive. Looking very solid for the rest of this tournament. We look forward to bringing you more games from it. Again, I'm Nick Stanglis. Thank you for listening, and have a good night.